When we look up in the sky during the night and watch the color of it, it's dark. I mean, it's black, of course. But what if this black color is in daytime? Then there might be something wrong. Or you're just in space. Let's make it very simple and easy. When you are in daytime watching the blue sky and you just simply standing not doing anything and you plan to go up about 100 kilometers above the surface, you will start realizing that the atmosphere particles are no longer attached together and the blue sky will turn slowly to dark and stars which is not visible in daytime will be simply visible. But with all of this, you're still not in space. You reach something called Earth orbital area. And this area has, let's say, 3 stages. One is low orbit, and more than 100 people already visited this stage, and it's around 180 to 2000 kilometers above Earth's surface. And low medium orbit stage, and there can be TV satellites and navigation, and it's around 2000 to 35,700 kilometers, which is really a huge orbit. And now we get to high level of orbit, and here things start to get interesting a little bit. High level orbit is above 35,700 kilometers and it can be reached to 380,000 kilometers above the surface. And here all the weather satellites flies in this orbit around the planet. So there is always a question about space. Is traveling or going to the moon space? Yes, going to moon, Mars or everything beyond the orbit is space actually. And there you can find that dark and silent environment. The temperature there is around minus 270 degrees Celsius. Plus, when you go up in the space, you see the actual color of the sun, which is white. And yes, white is the actual color of the sun. But because of our thick atmosphere, we see the sun as yellow. Light comes from the sun and being bended in multiple colors. The short wavelengths like purple, blue and green get pushed away because of some nitrogen in our air. And looking at the sun is anyway painful, so you cannot determine what is the color of it actually. But when the sunset is going, you see the sun orange or red because you are looking to more air in the horizon to see the sun for sure. And all the blue light is being pulled away. And going back to our main topic, when we talk about space, we always mention the distance between each object. For example, our nearest star to us, which is Proxima Centauri, is about 4.2 light years away. And that means we measure the distance between each object in space with the speed of light. And it's about 300 million meters per second. And I will talk about distance later on, but as of now we are using the speed of light. So if you travel the speed of light, you need 4 years to get there, and this is only our nearest star, nothing else. And in our current speed, you need 50,000 years to get there only. Plus, the laws of physics didn't allow any object to travel in the speed of light. Nothing can go with it, only the light itself. So how about 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy? Not only that, but the Milky Way is one of half trillion galaxies in different shapes and size and so on. This is why until now we are confused about traveling into space, so we can only use some observations to see stars and spot planets. Space contains a lot of interesting objects. Some maybe you never heard about it. And I will cover all of this in the near future episodes. Starting with black holes, which is a region of space that gravity is so strong and nothing can escape whatever is there, stays black and never go out. Stars like what we see in our skies, but in different sizes. First of all, we have the neutron star, and it's just 20 to 40 kilometers in diameter, and it has a very strong gravity with super high pressure. Low mass stars, and this is called red dwarfs, and they are the most common star in the universe, and they can live for a very long time, and we believe since the universe has born until now none of it has died, and its mass is only about 7.5 of the sun, and it can get larger to 50% the mass of the sun. Plus we have the medium range stars, and they are just like our sun, and they can live for over 12 billion years. And talking about our sun, it's now in the middle age, so it's almost 6 billion years old. And we have super high mass stars, and they are way larger than our sun, and they can be more brighter and more shiny, and they are mostly blue and white, and they can live not for so long, and after that they can go in a very supernova explosion in space. There are also planets, moons, asteroids, comets, nebula, star clusters, and all of this I'll talk about it in the future. Now space is weird there are some facts that we just simply can't cross. For example, traveling above the speed of light, and there is a lot of evidence we just can't do it. All physics laws are admitting that we cannot travel the speed of light. But there is some interesting facts about space and time together, and changing in space will also change the time. The famous physicist Albert Einstein helped develop the idea of space and time as part of his theory of relativity. For example, traveling in space with high speed near to speed of light will experience a slow time compared to someone who's just traveling in normal speed. And not only that, but space is like a fabric. In fact, modern physics describe the space in a very direct way as the fabric of space and time. Plus, Albert Einstein has proved that massive object has more gravity, and this gravity has a force that can curve the fabric of space and time. A massive object like planet or star, or even me and you, can create a small curve in space and time, and that's bend the fabric of space and time, and it can change how the universe is moving. Because the black holes are supermassive and has a super huge gravity, it can actually warp the space and time and makes an actual hole in space and time fabric. And here things gets really weird in a black hole. Time is totally stops, and because the force of gravity is so strong, as you are falling into the black hole, and I know you will never do it, but if someone looks at you from far away, you seems to him you are just frozen, but for you are already disappear. So our understanding for the space is not only what we thought, but it's an actual fabric, and huge objects inside of it can do a huge effect on this fabric. So to me, maybe we can take advantage of this massive energy, and maybe we can travel through galaxies, or maybe we can travel through time, who knows. But for you, what do you think? Let me know what do you think down in the comment. Thanks for watching.